Hello, Felix from Nintendo Life here. You may know that Nintendo has a tendency to bundle games in with their consoles, take Tetris with the Game Boy for example, but this isn't a rule set in stone and it also differs from region to region. Take Wii Sports for example, as we all know it's a pack-in title with the Wii everywhere in the world except Japan. And this was almost the case for the entire world because Wii Sports almost wasn't bundled in with the Wii, says Reggie in his new book, Disrupting the Game. Wii Sports sold 82 million copies and the Wii over 100 million. These two games just went perfectly together. When you thought Wii, you thought Wii Sports. It's crazy to think that we almost had a world where this wasn't the case. Reggie says that he had to have multiple meetings where he had to really push for this bundle to even take place. He says that the president of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata, initially turned his proposal down, saying that Nintendo does not give away precious content for free. At that same meeting sat the creator of Mario, Shigeru Miyamoto, who had a counter-proposal instead. Instead of putting Wii Sports in as a pack-in title, he thought that, why don't we put in Wii Play? But Reggie felt that that wasn't as full an experience as Wii Sports, and suggested that what if they put a Wii Mode and Wii Play together as a bundle and just sell that separately? Having Wii Play turned down as a bundle with the Wii was a rare occasion of seeing Shigeru Miyamoto visibly unhappy. Reggie says in his book, "So now Mike, Fukuda and I were trying to get an agreement on two different bundles, and the world's best game designer was not happy. The ever-present smile and impish squint of my Miyamoto's eyes were gone." Miyamoto then said, "Neither of you understand the challenges of creating software that people love to play. This is something we constantly push ourselves to do. We do not give away our software." Luckily, Satoru Iwata was moved by Reggie's proposals, recognizing that you have to have different strategies in the Western market and the Japanese. Although it wasn't agreed on to have Wii Sports as a bundle at that meeting, a few months down the line it was eventually greenlit. Now, it's safe to say that Reggie's proposal made Wii Sports iconic. I don't think Wii Sports would have sold like even close as well as it did if it wasn't a pack-in. Like, take 1-2 Switch for example. That wasn't a pack-in to the Switch, and that was essentially just, something showing off the capabilities of the Switch, just like Wii Sports was for the Wii. Although 1-2 Switch is not nearly, not even close as iconic as Wii Sports, imagine if it was a pack-in. Maybe that game could have sold 80 million copies. Maybe that could be like the thing you thought of when you thought the Switch. Instead, they opted to sell the game separately for $50. Now, the game sold a bit over 3 million copies, and while 3 million copies is a lot, compared to 80 million of Wii Sports and the same amount of systems sold with the Switch and the Wii, it's safe to say that it maybe wasn't such a good decision to not have 1-2 Switch bundled in with the Switch. It just shows how big of a difference it is to have a game bundled in. Wii Sports, one of the most iconic games of all time, 1-2 Switch, a game that I often forget is even on the Switch. This also showed that although Shigeru Miyamoto is an amazing game designer making some of the most iconic games of all time, he can be a bit out of touch with the fans. This can also be seen with his involvement in Paper Mario, for example. Instead of having creative, unique ideas that people love, he would rather have a bunch of toads, which is just... In the end, I'm just happy that Reggie could convince Iwata and Shigeru Miyamoto to have Wii Sports as a pack-in because they made so that you could try the Wii's capabilities. There were a bunch of variety in the sports. There was tennis, bowling, baseball, golf, and boxing. There was even a minigame so you could try out the nunchuck. It was a perfect demo for the Wii. Another big thing that maybe wouldn't have been so iconic are the Miis, because that was an integral part in Wii Sports. Let's say Wii Sports wasn't bundled in with the Wii, you would maybe just play Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Bros. Wii, and you would never even see the light of the Miis unless you go into the Mii channel, which isn't that essential if you don't have any games to use them in. But because Wii Sports was bundled in, you saw that you could use Miis, you went into the Mii channel, you made your friends so you could play as them in the game, and that definitely helped make Miis more popular. popular. But what do you think? Do you think that Wii Sports and the Miis would have been less popular if it wasn't bundled in? How do you think history would be if Shigeru Miyamoto and Iwata had gotten that way? Let us know in the comments below. That was everything from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, play some Wii Sports, make some Miis. Felix from Nintendo Life here, out.